Hello everyone, hope you all are good and hope that you have studied the previous lecture properly. As you all know, we have started with a new chapter, chapter 8, which is Journal Proper, one of the subsidiary books. Yes, this chapter we have started from the previous lecture and we are going to continue with the same in this lecture. Yes, so first of all, let us quickly revise whatever we have done so far in this chapter. Yes. We have understood about the meaning of journal proper. As I said that it is a subsidiary book. Yeah. You are having subsidiary books of goods. Then you have learned about cash book. Then there is a chapter journal proper. So we have understood about its meaning. The specimen on page number 191 in your textbook. Then classification of transactions recorded in journal proper, of which we have learned about opening entries, transactions not included in other subsidiary books. Opening entries, the example is given on page number 192. I asked you that you are supposed to write down this journal entry in homework. Yes. Then transactions not included in other subsidiary books, it was about purchase and sale of assets, loss on sale of assets. Then transactions for which subsidiary books are not capped was the theory topic that we did. Thereafter we have started with illustration 1. Then the theory topic again, special transactions not recorded in other subsidiary books. So on the basis of that, we are going to start illustration 2 in today's lecture. Special transactions not recorded in other subsidiary books. We have done only theory for this and the sums we have not done yet. In the homework I gave you a sum similar to illustration 1 from exercise. Yes. So right now we are going to start with illustration 2 on page number 194. Yes. So the topic of theory given prior to illustration 2, the transactions relating to that are given in illustration 2, which are about charity, sample, goods taken for personal use, dishonor of bill, bad dates, endorsement of bills receivable, loss of goods due to fire, accident, theft, etc. And lastly, depreciation. Yes. So let us start with illustration 2, which is about all of these transactions. Yes. These are the transactions not recorded in other subsidiary books. Starting with the first one. Yes, let me read the question first. Record the following in the journal proper of Sri Amarnath. These transactions are to be recorded in journal proper of Sri Amarnath. So first of all, we will be writing a heading. Journal proper of Sri Amarnath. You can see the specimen for journal proper is ready in advance. Let me just label this. The very first column is of date, particulars, ledger folio number, debit amount, credit amount. Yes, this specimen is completely similar to that, the format of journal chapter 4. This is journal proper, that was journal. The specimen for two of them is completely same. Yeah, this point also we have understood in the previous lecture. Yes. So 2014, 1st of October. Firstly, we will be writing the year, month of October, 1st of October. October, gave goods of rupees 1500 in charity. This journal entries you already know, because journal entries for this type of transactions you were already writing in journal. Yeah, this is just journal proper, where again you are supposed to write down the journal entries. Yes, but which type of transactions are to be recorded in journal proper is separately mentioned in this chapter. Yeah. So you know very well, charity is considered as an expense of the business, and hence charity account is to be debited. And goods have been given in charity. So whenever goods are going out other than sales during that time, purchase account is to be credited. So simply the journal entry for this becomes charity account debit to purchase account. How much? Goods of rupees 1500. Yeah. 1st of October, charity is our expense. Debit as per the rule of nominal account. All the expenses and loss are to be debited. Goods have been given in charity, and hence purchase account is credited because goods goes out other than sales. In such cases, purchase account is to be credited, that you know very well since chapter 4. Yeah. Next, 2nd of October, distributed goods of rupees 3000 as free samples. Goods when distributed as free samples is considered as an advertisement expense. Goods goes out, again purchase will be credited. Yeah, how much? 3000. Yeah, goods whenever they are given as sample, it is considered to be advertisement expense. Yes, and goods are going out of the business, they are not sold, sorry, but still goods are going out of the business. Yes, so that is called purchase account. Yeah. Next, on 3rd of October, took goods of rupees 2500 from the business for personal use. On 3rd of October this is, and as you know well, whenever goods are taken for personal use, it is always debited to drawings account. Drawings account debit. To purchase account, goods are of rupees 2500. Alright, so we have completed the first 3 transactions. Yeah, please excuse me. And the next transaction that we are going to do is of 4th of October, and it is about the acceptance of bill. It says a bill of rupees 4000 accepted by Priyanka was dishonored on the maturity date. Now this you know very well, the concept about dishonor of bill. Yeah. The bill has been accepted by Priyanka on 4th of October and it is dishonored. So firstly you are supposed to decide that which journal entry write. Yes, about the acceptance of bill or the dishonor of bill. Yeah, here they say कि प्रियंका ने जो बिल एक्सेप्ट किया था वो डिसऑनर हुआ है. So one thing is clear that you are writing the journal entry for dishonor of bill. Yeah, let me clean the board. We are writing the journal entry for the dishonor of bill only. Yes, because dishonor of bill takes place on this date. I think you must also be ready with the specimen of journal proper. And if possible, please write down journal entries along with me. Yeah. On 4th of October, bill is dishonored. Whenever the bill is dishonored, the thing explained to you is that you are supposed to give the reverse effect. Yes? So first of all, जब प्रियंका ने बिल एक्सेप्ट किया था तब उसकी जर्नल एंट्री क्या थी? Bills receivable account debit to Priyanka account. Priyanka has accepted the bill. So this becomes bills receivable for me. I have explained this concept well in previous lecture about bills receivable and bills payable. If Priyanka has accepted, that means Priyanka has accepted to pay. Yeah? So this becomes bills receivable for us. Us is Shri Amarnath. Yeah? Now that bill is dishonored, so the journal entry will be reversed. Priyanka account debit to bills receivable account. Yeah, and the amount is 4,000. Right. Next, on 5th of October, an amount of rupees 3,500 receivable from Naresh cannot be collected from him. नरेश से 3,500 रुपीस लेने थे और अब नहीं मिलेंगे. So simply that is bad dates. Bad dates is a loss. So bad dates account debit to Naresh account. Yes. How much is the amount? 3,500. This we have learned in chapter 4. I think in illustration 10, if I am not wrong, it was about bad dates and everything. If the amount is not received from the person from whom you were supposed to receive, that means I mean to say debtor. Naresh is of course was our debtor, and now the amount cannot be received from him. That means it is bad dates. Bad dates is a loss, and hence bad dates account debit to Naresh. A bill of rupees 2,000 endorsed in favor of Pankaj against a date of rupees 2,050. Bill has been endorsed in favor of Pankaj. That means first of all, Pankaj is receiver on 6th of October. What should be credit? I'll explain. Yeah, see, to Pankaj you were supposed to pay 2,050 rupees, but the bill is endorsed in favor of Pankaj. That means from some person you are supposed to receive an amount of bill, and the bill you have endorsed in favor of Pankaj, that means in name of Pankaj. तो bills receivable जो पैसे आपको मिलने वाले हैं आप वो पंकज को मिलेंगे, पर वो बिल कितने का है 2000 का, और पंकज को you are supposed to pay 2050 rupees. Instead of that, a bill of rupees 2000 is endorsed in favor of Pankaj. So obviously 50 rupees is the discount that we have received. Yeah, that's all. Next, goods of rupees 5000 were destroyed by fire, for which the insurance company accepted a claim of rupees 4000. Goods have been destroyed by fire and those goods were insured. Yeah. So the insurance company has accepted the claim. That means the company will pay the amount. Yes. Goods have been destroyed of rupees 5000, but insurance company has accepted claim only of rupees 4000. So ultimately, what is the loss? 5000 के goods destroy हो गए, उसमें से insurance company said that will pay 4000. So what is the loss? 1000 rupees. Yeah. So on 7th of October, let me explain the journal entry. Insurance company said that the insurance company has accepted the claim. That means insurance company will pay 4000. This way insurance company becomes my debtor. Yeah. How much amount is payable by insurance company? 4000. So what is the loss? Loss due to fire. Yes, fire has occurred. So loss by fire account debit. Purchase account. Total goods of rupees 5000 have been destroyed by fire, and hence purchase account is credited with rupees 5000. Out of 5000, insurance company will pay 4000. So insurance company becomes my debtor, and debtors are always to be debited. So overall the loss is 1000. Loss is to be debited as per the rule of nominal amount. Yes, debit all expenses and loss. So 1000 here. Alright. Next and last, 8th of October, purchased a furniture of rupees 8000 against the goods costing 7000. That means you have given goods of rupees 7000 and in return you have purchased furniture. So what comes in on 8th of October? Furniture account debit. And you have given goods. Yes? So, to purchase account. You have given goods in exchange. This is also not a new transaction. Yes? So goods you have given of rupees 7000. I'll explain why we have taken 7000 and not 8000. See. You have given goods of rupees 7000 and you have purchased a furniture which is of 8000. फर्नीचर 8000 रुपए का है. यस, पर आपको कैसे मिला? 7000 के गुड्स आपने दिए, 8000 वाला फर्नीचर आपको मिल गया. तो आपके बिजनेस से गुड्स कितने के गए? 7000. तो 8000 वाला फर्नीचर आपको कितने में पड़ा? 7000. यस, that is the logic you are supposed to follow. Yes, let the furniture be of 10,000, 12,000, 50,000. आपको कितने में पड़ा? आपने कितने के गुड्स दिए? 7000. तो आपने वो फर्नीचर 7000 रुपीज में खरीदा. फिर वो 8 का हो, 10 का हो, जितने का भी भी हो वो सामने वाले का मैटर है. हमें तो 7,000 रुपीज में मिल गया है, राइट, इनडायरेक्टली, बिकॉज वी हैव गिवन गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 7,000 and in return we are getting furniture in exchange. Yes, so this is done. Okay, so that's all for illustration 2. Yeah, so next topic that you have, transactions of inter accounts transfer. Directly we'll go with the example of this. Page number 195, the new topic I am explaining. Of course here we have ended illustration 2. इसका हम टोटल कर देंगे तो सम खत्म. So we are starting with a new topic, that is transactions of inter accounts transfer. Yeah, examples are given. Rupees 5,000 payable to Akash is accepted by Dharti to pay. Consider it personally. We are supposed to pay Akash, and say for example we are supposed to take from Dharti. So what happens? That Dharti will directly pay to Akash. Yes. So who is receiver here? Akash is receiver. Dharti is giver. Yeah. Journal entry: Akash's account debit 5,000 to Dharti account 5,000 again. Being payable to Akash is accepted by Dharti to pay. Yes. So obviously Dharti will pay Akash. So Akash is receiver, Dharti is giver. Next, at the end of the year, drawings account closed by transferring it to capital account in the following manner. Drawings account. You know very well what is drawings, yes? If we are talking about drawings account to be transferred to capital account. Why? Because drawings and capital are related. Firstly, what is capital? Capital is the amount introduced by the owner in business, yeah? And drawings at the same time is an amount withdrawn by the owner. And if you remember the theory of first chapter, it clearly says that drawings results into reduction of capital. Yes, so drawings account is to be transferred to capital account, and the journal entry for which is capital account debit to drawings account. Capital is always having credit balance, but drawings reduces capital and hence capital has been debited, and drawings is to be deducted from capital. Drawings is basically having debit balance, yes, but it is to be deducted from capital. So this is the journal entry. Here drawings account has been credited. This journal entry is for transferring drawings account at the end of the year to capital account. The next topic that you have is of closing entries. Let us read it in detail. Closing entries means entries given at the end of the accounting year to close various accounts. At the end of accounting year, accounts of incomes, accounts of expenses, accounts of goods, etc. are closed and transferred to trading or profit and loss account. These are the two accounts prepared to show, it is a part of final accounts prepared. To find out the financial position of business, you still have a balance sheet. वो आपको यहाँ पे नहीं सिखाई गई है, but ये एक ledger account. Ledger is the very next chapter that you will learn. Here they are talking about that at the end of the accounting year, that is in the month of March, yes, 31st March, the accounts of incomes and expenses accounts of goods. They are to be closed and transferred to trading account and profit and loss account. Yes, the accounts of goods are transferred to trading account and are closed at the end of accounting year, whereas the accounts of incomes and expenses, it is obviously a common sense. This is profit loss is related with incomes and expenses. Trading is related with goods. What is trade? Purchase sale. Purchase sale is of what? Is of goods. Yes, so purchase, sales, purchase return, sales return is all transferred to trading account at the end of the year and closed. Whereas about incomes and expenses, they are transferred to profit and loss account. What is profit and loss account and trading account will be explained to you very properly and precisely in part 2, I mean in chapter of financial statements, annual accounts actually, sorry. Yes, chapter 5, part 2. Yeah. So right now, let us understand the closing entries that are given to you. See, example that is given. Firstly, closing entries are recorded in journal proper, and following journal entries will be passed in journal proper. The question is given. For example, I am reading on page number 196, and it says, for example, at the end of the year, the balance of purchase account is rupees 75,000. Purchase account. Purchase is always of what? It's of goods. Yes. So goods accounts are to be transferred to trading account. Yes. Now what is the basic balance of purchase account? It is debit balance. We know that very well. Yeah. Whenever the account is to be closed, the reverse effect is to be given. Yeah. Just like we are doing in the case of dishonor of bills. Yeah. So purchase account will be credited to debit account. Of course, trading. Why? Because purchase account, which is purchase of goods, is to be closed and transferred to trading account at the end of the year. This is the closing entry for purchase account. The basic balance of purchase account is debit balance. या जब आपको उसका अकाउंट क्लोज करना है तो उसको क्रेडिट कर देना है. Yes, this is the logic to be applied in each and every case of closing entries. जिस किसी का अकाउंट आपको क्लोज करना है उसका रिवर्स इफेक्ट आपको देना है. I repeat again and again, the basic balance of purchase is debit. It is to be closed and hence it has been credited. Alright. Next. They say balance of sales account is rupees 85,000. Sales is having credit balance. Now it is to be closed. तो उसको हम डेबिट कर देंगे. Of course, this is again related to goods, so will be closed and transferred to trading account. Alright. Next. Yes, I have not erased the heading. The concept that we are doing is given on page number 196. This is not illustration 2 of course, but we have completed long ago. I will not erase this heading because we are going to continue with several other sums. So I don't have to write it again and again. Next, carriage inward is rupees 2,000. First of all, let me explain. Carriage inward is an expense of business. Yeah. Now, whenever the account of expense is to be closed, it will be credited. Why? Because the basic balance of expense is what? Debit. Carriage इनवर्ड एक एक्सपेंस है बिजनेस का, ठीक है। तो अब अगर उसको क्लोज करना है then we'll be giving credit effect. Carriage inward is an expense. Expense account is to be closed. Expense basically debit होता है, अब उसको क्लोज करना है तो जर्नल एंट्री में क्रेडिट। तो डेबिट क्या किया जाएगा? प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट टू carriage inward. If I'm not wrong, carriage inward was the term in chapter first. In short, carriage inward एक बिजनेस का एक्सपेंस है, एक्सपेंस को क्लोज करना है, तो एक्सपेंसेस आर क्लोज्ड एंड ट्रांसफर्ड टू प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट। क्लोज किया है इसलिए एक्सपेंस को क्रेडिट किया है, वरना एक्सपेंस हमेशा डेबिट होता है, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, amount is all similar to the according to the given question, okay, and so I'm not writing down the amount separately, I'm just explaining you the journal entry. About amount you already know, yeah. Balance of salary account. Salary, how much? Let us consider the amount, that's okay. 20,000. Salary is of rupees 20,000 is to be closed. Salary is a business expense. Yes, carriage inward, you already know this. Carriage inward आपको सेकेंड चैप्टर में टाइप्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में पता चला होगा दैट इट इज एन एक्सपेंस, तो उसका डेबिट बैलेंस होता है, ठीक है। सो कैरेज इनवर्ड बेसिकली इट इज हैविंग डेबिट बैलेंस, क्लोज किया तो क्रेडिट हो गई। वैसे ही सैलरी भी आपका एक एक्सपेंस है, बेसिक बैलेंस ऑफ सैलरी इज डेबिट। नाउ एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर सैलरी अकाउंट इज टू बी क्लोज्ड, सो बी इट एन एक्सपेंस, या तो एक्सपेंसेस सारे प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर किए जाते हैं, तो इसका जनरल एंट्री हो जाएगा प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट टू सैलरी अकाउंट। Because salary is an expense, salary is always debited. Right now we are writing the closing entry. तो closing entry लिखते वक्त जो अकाउंट आप क्लोज कर रहे हैं उसको रिवर्स कर देना है, तो सैलरी डेबिट होता है, अभी उसको क्लोज करना है तो उसको क्रेडिट कर देना है। ऑलराइट, देन balance of dividend account is rupees 3,000. Balance of dividend account they say, yeah. Dividend is an income. Dividend is a return that is received for investment in shares. So in short, dividend is an income for business. तो इनकम का बेसिक बैलेंस क्या होता है नॉमिनल अकाउंट के रूल के हिसाब से? क्रेडिट। तो अब इसको क्लोज करना है तो क्या करेंगे? डेबिट। और उसको ट्रांसफर कहाँ करेंगे? ऑफ कोर्स प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट। ऑलराइट, दैट्स ऑल। सो these were all closing entries, yeah. We are done with the topic of closing entries. यहाँ पे उन्होंने एक छोटा सा ही एग्जाम्पल हमें दिया था, फिर जर्नल एंट्रीज भी हमें दे दी है, राइट। सो यू हैव अ सम ऑफ सिमिलर काइंड इन योर एक्सरसाइज। इफ यू विल हैव अ लुक ऑन पेज नंबर 200 इन योर टेक्स्ट बुक, you are having a sum, question 9. Yes, please excuse me for a minute. Question 9 on page number 200, excuse me. It says pass journal entries for closing the following account. Page number 200, question number 9. So let us solve that, which is about closing entries. The very first thing is interest expense account. Let me write out the page number 200, sum number 9. Yes, the sum is based on the concept of closing entries. We already have a proper format of journal proper. Okay. Closing entries are written in journal proper. The specimen here is ready. First thing, interest expense account. Interest expense is interest paid. It is an expense. Expense is to be closed and transferred to profit and loss account. Interest expense is basically having debit balance. तो अब उसको close करना है तो उसको कर देंगे credit. तो debit क्या करेंगे? Of course profit and loss account. Interest expense account. How much? 1. Next, narration. I think it is very simple to write. You can also check the illustration or the explanation I just gave in your textbook on page number 196 about closing entries. Yes, narration आप वहाँ से सीख सकते हैं. Or else, being interest expense account is closed and transferred to profit and loss account. Yes, that's just that simple. Then sales return account. Sales return is of what? Always of goods. So this account will be closed and transferred to trading account. Accounts related to goods are closed and transferred to trading account. Now what is the basic balance of sales return account? Goods comes in. So sales return account is debited. So now at the end of the year it will be credited. So trading account debit. To sales return account. Sales return is always of goods and hence this account is closed and transferred to trading account. Sales return, basic balance of sales return is debit, but at the end of the year it is closed and hence the reverse effect, credit. Sales return को credit कर दिया क्योंकि वो account close हो गया है, close हो गया trading account में transfer हो गया. Being sales return account is closed and transferred to trading account. Next, purchase return account. Same. Purchase return. This is also return of goods. So the first thing that you will decide is that you will transfer this account in trading account. Yes. Now purchase return. Purchase return. हम goods return कर रहे हैं. That means goods goes out. So what is the basic balance? Credit. अब close करेंगे तो debit. Purchase return account debit to trading account. The amount is 2000. amount prior to this is 3,000. Next, interest received account. Interest received is an income. Yes, the income is having credit balance always. So at the time of closing this account, you will have to debit this. Interest received is your income. Income is having basic credit balance. अब इसको आपको क्लोज करना है और ट्रांसफर करना है कौन से अकाउंट? Profit and loss account. Yes, so income received is basically having credit balance. Yes, so now it will be debited in journal entry. So let me write down. Sorry, not income, it is interest. It is income, so it is closed and transferred to profit and loss account. How much is the amount? 800. So this is how you write closing entries in journal proper. Yes. Next is advertisement expense account. Yeah. So advertisement expense. Expense is basically having debit balance. So now in the journal entry it will be credited. So the question is कि journal entry में advertisement expense अगर credit करना है तो debit क्या करें? Obviously you will debit profit and loss account because all the expenses and incomes are to be closed and transferred to profit and loss account at the end of the year. So journal entry number 5. Closing entry actually. Profit and loss account debit. Two. Yeah. Let us see the amount. 1,500. Yeah. Next one. Salary account. I think salary account की journal entry करवाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. Explanation that was given to you in this lecture itself before this actually on page number 196 the journal entry closing entry for salary is already given, which is profit and loss account debit to salary account. Salary is an expense and hence it is credited at the time of closing it at the end of the year, and it is an expense which is transferred to profit and loss account. Dividend received is also already explained. Then the last two accounts that you have is purchase account and sales account. You see, purchase is of goods, sales is of goods. Yes, purchase of goods, sales of goods. So both of these accounts will be closed and transferred to transferred to trading account. Yeah, purchase. If we are talking about purchase, basic balance debit. So at the time of closing entry it will be credited. What is the journal entry for it then? Trading account debit to purchase account. Yeah, ये journal entry भी आपको मैंने explain की है. टॉपिक जो आपके पेज नंबर 196 पे दिया हुआ है जो closing entries के बारे में है. In that, if I'm not wrong, it is about purchase and sales, of course. The very first two items. Yeah. So we have written the journal entries for sum number 9. That is question 9 we have completed from exercise. Yeah. So So that's all for this lecture, and we are going to learn about adjustment entries and rectification of errors. These topics we are going to understand in the next lecture, and on the basis of same we'll be doing sums from your exercise, and then our chapter is completed. So that's all. Please do the illustrations and sum number 9 that has been taught to you in today's lecture as homework. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe and study well.